Welcome to the Sleazy Podcast, the podcast about anything and everything, but mostly TV and movies. And now it's time to get sleazy.
Smile for me, baby. Show the world what you're made of, Rob. Come on, Robzilla.
Okay.
Show them choppers for everybody to see.
Show them the choppers.
All right, so we're back. Episode 178 of the world-renowned Sleazy Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Sleazy, and we got Mr. PBS.
Howdy.
And, Robzilla.
Hello.
Shaped like a fart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a pit bull, too. So,
Yeah, well, that happens.
Man.
Dog farts are the worst.
Got that right.
They really are.
Mm-hmm.
Man. So, what's going on?
Just living the dream, working.
Just here again, huh?
I'm just here, living the dream.
You're living someone's dream, not your dream.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't think you ever dreamed about answering phone calls and getting yelled at by people.
No. I figure I'd be dead by now, but I'm living the
Still
dream.
kicking,
So
right?
We're all right, though, so it's okay.
Yeah, still kicking.
For better or worse.
How about you, buddy?
Oh, yeah. Another week.
Another week? Another week?
Another week down.
You guys have anything exciting that happened since we've last met 2 weeks ago?
No.
Not that I recall.
You lazy bums.
Not that I recall.
Got that right.
Lazy bums.
I do not recall anything interesting happening.
Yeah. I'm a very
I
boring
did.
human
I
being.
had something very interesting. I took a road trip.
I know.
So it was our buddy Davey. If you catch his streams, he's Aerostorm. He's a phenomenal Madden player.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been friends with Davey for north of 10 years now or something like that. But he lives down in Jonesboro, Tennessee, and so his wife was having a little surprise birthday thing for him. So I drove down there and I just showed up at his door, and he was like, "Who's that knocking at the door?" She's like, "Go find out," and it was me.
What the fuck?
Yeah, but it was a good old time, man. And his family owns Bright Zoo down there, and they have the first ever spotless giraffe, the only one in the United States. And they it's funny, after Kipiki was born, she's about 6 months old now. After she was born, they found another one in the wild in like Africa.
Oh, okay. Spotless.
Yeah, spotless, that is. So, but man, I went down there, we did, the whole birthday get together or whatever. But Saturday morning, he gave me a tour of the zoo, and I got some pictures I want to share.
Looked like it was a good time.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I'll say that much. Okay, so let's see if we can. It's a deceptively, like, you pull in the parking lots are, not that, it's not Columbus Zoo big, obviously.
Yeah.
It's just a little zoo, but I gotta say I was impressed. It's got a nice size to it, and once you get walking around, you're like, this is bigger than what I thought it was going to be. Mm-hmm. That's what she said.
Ha.
No, she didn't.
Yeah, not with me anyways. But yeah, they got a lot of animals here. I mean, I didn't get every animal's name, of course, but we can go through here and look at some of these pictures real quick. This is, I don't know what that is, but it's something with a tail and hangs off of stuff. Yeah, Limestone, Tennessee, Bright Zoo. It's kind of funny when you're walking the property. I was Snapchatting everything, kind of giving everybody a virtual tour.
Yeah.
But I put the location, and depending on what part of the zoo we were in, it would change the location. I thought that was kind of weird. Yeah, they had otters. The otters were so cute and cool.
Yeah. They look very cute.
Yeah, they come up and they want to, play with you or whatever. And it's like, buddy, you're behind glass. Take a break.
I did see something on I think maybe TikTok, but they had a aquarium with the otters, and they had like a little pipe they put their hand through. You can hold their hand because they just love it.
Yeah, they look super friendly.
Yeah.
That'd be some shit if you let them out and they fucking ate you or something.
Well, dude, they got some sharp ass fucking teeth, man.
Yeah.
They probably fuck you up.
They're cool though.
Yeah.
They were like we opened the door because it was just us and like two zookeepers.
Yeah.
I actually got to stay on the zoo property. They had like a little 2-bedroom apartment, and another friend of ours was supposed to come down. He didn't come down because
Got to stay in the trucker no-tell motel room.
yeah, yeah, pretty much. And they have this apartment for people that the truckers that deliver animals or whatever, or pick animals up. But
It's like a nice little place.
yeah, I did a little Snapchat, gave everybody a tour, and I was like, this is kind of cool. It's a little weird being on a zoo property at night, sleeping. Like, oh, I'm sleeping with animals. But it was still fun. But yeah, the otters were super cute. I wish I could have held one.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have went through and like held every animal if I could.
Right.
Aside from like the crocodile, whatever they had there.
Yeah, fuck that.
But flamingos, man. Look, I mean, you're gonna see a fair amount of animals here. But yeah, this was the llama and alpaca, however you say it.
Mm-hmm.
They were cool. We because it was just us. The zoo's closed down for the season, so we took the golf cart around. And Davey has a foot issue right now, so he couldn't really walk the whole property. But we pulled up, and these fuckers ran straight up to the fence, and they were like, where's the food at, bro?
Yeah.
They were looking at it, and the one was like getting ready to spit on us. He was like, we got to go. But they were cool.
Where's my food, pig?
Yeah, as you can see right there, they're coming up right up to the fence. Then kangaroos, those things, man, they are stout.
Yeah. You see when they were flexing?
Yeah. Yeah, those things will fuck you up.
I still think the best video ever is when the
dude punches that one. Yeah, it's great.
The kangaroo's all shocked like, this motherfucker hit
getting
me.
ready to fuck his dog up.
Yeah. They like choke him out almost.
Yeah. This was, I love this thing. It's a Scottish Highlander, but it's basically a cow with like long hair.
It's like it's almost like a labradoodle of like cows, basically.
Yeah. But we pulled up and it was just looking at us. It's got little horns on it and stuff. It was pretty cool. White bison. Those fuckers are big.
I've never seen a white bison.
Well, now you have. Yep. And then they had camels. So they had some camels that were like 6 months old. And Davey's grandparents, his grandmother came out and she bottle fed it. And so we could see how, it was fed or whatever. But, man, as soon as she came up with that bottle, they were like whining like dogs. Mm-hmm. And they literally like were all over her as soon as she opened the fence because she had feed for the older camels too. But they chugged that bottle down. It was a huge fucking bottle too, and they took it. Yeah, you can see them there. They're just like, "Where's the food at?
Yeah. Where's my bottle?"
Yeah, there's a little alligator or something. I don't know what it is.
Alligator, caiman, crocodile.
Yeah, some smaller version of it.
Calm down there, Steve Irwin.
Rob's just like, oh, I can't wait to touch that gator. Man, this thing, I forget what this was, but they're like, sort of like, I don't know, some kind of monkey or something. I'm not sure. But it had a little baby on its back.
Oh.
The people that are like zoo freaks are like, I can't believe this dude's butchering this. He didn't even have the nerve to write down what kind of animal it was.
The fucking nerve.
Yeah. There's a sloth.
In caps.
Oh, yeah. Sloth, baby.
You gotta watch Slaughterhouse. It's so funny.
I really want to now that you mentioned it.
Dude, it's hilarious.
I totally forgot about it, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
don't worry. It's not a good movie, but it's
What's it on?
It's Hulu.
For free?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I haven't. It's been a while since I watched it, but it was. I'm not sure if it's still there. But
by the way, you see Hulu and Disney are getting ready to kill password sharing?
I didn't see that.
Yeah, they're getting ready to cut the cord.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah. Squirrel monkeys. I see some of them I did remember, to put the name down. This dude is a golden lion tamarin, but he was just like up on the window staring at me. And like I'm guessing some kind of monkey, but he was cool looking. Look at that face, man.
He just looks like, I'm gonna hope you let me out, I'm gonna steal your shit.
Yeah. Then this guy, cotton top tamarin, they were pretty cool. But they were just like, they get like the zoomies and run around the cage.
I've never seen those kind of monkeys.
Yeah, I mean, we've got the Columbus Zoo here, and I was like, oh, what the hell is this?
Right.
And I forget what this Tara, whatever it is. I don't know.
Is that what kind of?
I don't know what it is.
Okay.
It's crawling around and it's got a tail. That's all I know.
Can it fuck me up? I just need to know.
Yeah, right. I think it probably could.
Yeah.
These are wild animals, Rob. Bentarog, I think that's what it is.
Is that like a cat thing or?
I don't know.
The Lord of the Rings thing.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings.
You see like the little
that an orc?
Yeah, whatever it is, something in there in the pond. They had this big pond, there that they had all kinds of birds in it and shit. I think this is one of the bigger camels. Then this right here is Kipiki. So she is the spotless giraffe.
That's a spotless giraffe. Okay.
Yep.
Man, it's so weird seeing it spotless.
Right. I just remembered something. They asked me not to. There's some pictures there that they get audited by the USDA and they're getting ready for their next inspection. There's some things there that they didn't want, in the pictures or whatever. I forgot to crop these out. So I'll share the one picture I have of Kipiki here. Let me lay this up here.
Sleazy Podcast is going to be named in a USDA lawsuit.
Right. Well, sir, you got the personal tour. You obviously had to know they didn't do this. I'm like, what? I don't know. Okay, so let's share this. I'll get a better view here. There she is. So, and they have her with her mom still.
Right.
But it was kind of a cold and, not cold, but chilly, and it was sprinkling. So I guess they don't like to come out when it's that kind of weather. But he was like, I don't want them to get scared, so I'll open the door and you can kind of peek your head in there. And you can see they're like, who the hell is this looking at me?
What the fuck?
Yeah, they're like, what is going on here? But she was a cutie, man. I wanted to jump down there and give her a big old hug. And
Hug that big ass neck.
have her kick the shit out of me, probably.
No, they just swing their head and
You
just
one of
smack
the
the
big
fuck
neck
out.
whips.
Yeah. You said she's 6 months old, right?
Yeah, just now 6 months old. But let me see if I can get back on track in this. Yeah, this is. Look at it. That thing is chugging that milk.
We're moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, then they had a little lynx. He was sleeping now. He wasn't trying to get up.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's like some kind of deer or something. I'm like, ugh. Then they have this panda that's pretty famous down there, Wayne the Red Panda. Yeah, right?
Trash panda.
Yeah. He was cool though. He was just sleeping though. He wasn't trying to get up for nobody. Then they got zebras. Then I got to go into like a quarantine area. I guess they kind of keep certain animals before they're integrated into the exhibits or whatever. Or like sometimes when they're sick or whatever, they kind of keep them out.
Separated.
Yeah, but they had this like, I don't know, he's an anteater, but he's some different version of an anteater.
I heard they're like, I've seen anteaters fucking up people.
Have you really?
Oh, yeah.
This dude looks so cool. Like he wanted me to pet him. I was like, oh.
I saw a video of this guy.
Look at that. Look how cute that thing is.
Oh, no. It fucked this guy up.
Yeah.
Like, it fucked his leg up. Well,
Really?
I think he was fucking with it in like a fucking attack.
Well, look at those claws right there.
Yeah. It took a chunk out of him, I think.
He was like, come on, man.
It's eyeballing you right there.
Yeah. Yeah, he was like sticking his nose out of the cage and stuff.
What you got in your hand there, buddy?
Yeah. Very cool. This sloth was actually pregnant, but it was just kind of chilling in its little cage there. Sloths are so goddamn cute. It's funny. I really wanted to hold one. Davey was like, we could probably get one of the keepers and give it a go. But he was like, man, if they get a hold of you, they'll fuck you up. And I was like,
And you look at them, you're like, you wouldn't think they fuck you up.
yeah, because they're so slow.
Yeah, they're so.
But they've got those
docile.
like 9-inch claws on them and shit. And you're
The
like, oh
Wolverine
my
claw and
God.
shit.
But I was like, they only had 2 people there for all those animals. I was like, I don't want to bother anybody. But really, I was like, I don't want to get fucked up.
Yeah.
And, this is a picture I took at the end there. Yeah. I like that. He was like, we just got this signing for the kids. I'm like, oh, here's
For the
my
kids.
I'm like, here's my camera. Take my picture.
For the kids, my foot, buddy.
But yeah.
Let me put my face in there.
I kneeled down like the old fuck I am. And I was like, got to smile for this one.
Like I strained my lumbar.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But oh man, it's a cool little place. It's worth going to, support a local zoo, a smaller zoo, and I forget what animal he was, but they told me he had we walked past it and he was like, there's only 200 of these left in the world and we have one. That's pretty cool right there. Yeah. But it is a really cool place. They had a nice building for the penguins. So that was cool. And then they have, rodents and stuff like that, and some lizards here and there. But it was really fun. I had a killer time going there. I'd have walked around there and fucking hugged every animal that they'd have let me, But it's kind of funny. His family all lives on that property. They all have houses. I mean, that's how big, the compound. Yeah, the compound really is. I mean, you get to the very back and there's a gate where the employees come in and all that. And there's his grandparents have a house there. His parents have a house, and his sister they just built a house for her. But it's really, really cool place, man. And if you're ever down by the Pigeon Forge area in Tennessee, take a little road trip. I think it's like 40 minutes, and you'll end up at Bright Zoo. So that was my thing. But man, I tell you what, it was a 6-hour drive down there.
Yeah,
brother. And let me just say this: it was 20. I had to take 23 all the way down, and it was 55 miles per hour the whole way down.
Gross.
Right? Right? I'm like, why is it 55 miles per hour all the way down here? And then you're going around up these hills and around curves and stuff, and you see these fucking crosses every once in a while, and you're like, that's why it's 55 miles per hour, because somebody ruined it for everybody. But
once you go 60, you're worshiping the devil, buddy.
Right. And Kentucky's the largest part of it. I mean, that's like a 4-hour drive right through there. But I've never seen so many billboards for cardiologists and lawyers that ever.
Like as soon as you cross that border, right?
Yeah, as soon as you get into Kentucky, you see billboards every 2 miles for cardiologists, lawyers, and then there's a Little Caesars right past it. And they have not Little Caesars in strip malls or whatever. They're fucking full on old school Pizza Hut style Little Caesars, It's its own building. You go in, they got drive-throughs for it. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, it was fun though. I had a great time. I got to get the Southern hospitality, I guess you could say. I got to enjoy Bojangles for breakfast.
It's phenomenal.
Fucking amazing. Fucking amazing. I got a sausage. I got a bacon, egg, cheese biscuit sandwich. And then they had those little hash brown.
Circle hash browns.
Yeah, circle hash browns. They're kind of like, I don't know, hash brown chips or whatever you want to call them. But I bit into this sandwich, and it was just heavenly. The biscuit was just like this buttery delight. McDonald's can't fuck with this shit, bro.
Did your soul just transcend to the cosmos?
Oh yeah, I'm in Davy's Jeep, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so good. But man, those people, they love some sweet tea and biscuits down there. There's some sweet tea biscuit eating mofos. But God love them though. And then I had Zaxby's too. So
is that good?
It's good. I mean, I don't think it's any better than Cane's. But, I mean, they have different stuff like boneless wings, but I got the chicken strips.
Yeah.
Got to compare it to what we got back home.
Right.
But is the sauce any better? No. Is the chicken tenders any better? No, not really. But it's decent. I mean, I get it every once in a while if it was up here.
Right.
But, sorry, I mean to kick
you're
your
fine.
foot. I'm not playing fussy with you.
You wish.
But, anyway, so now that we got that out of the way. Oh, I forgot to tell you. I stopped in this McDonald's on the way back. And this is hilarious. I mean, other than the fact that I was totally creeped out by this conversation. So I run into this McDonald's. I'm like, oh, I'm on my way back. And it's about a little close to halfway mark getting back. So I run in. I'm like, I got to use the bathroom. I mean, I really had to pee at that point. And I get in. This guy's just standing in the doorway. And I'm like, excuse me, I need to get through. And then I notice this other guy is standing up in the stall. And he looks like the neighbor from Home Improvement. Or not Home. Is it Home Improvement? Yeah.
Wilson or whatever.
Wilson. Yeah. Wilson, the neighbor. You just see that.
Hey, neighbor.
You just see the hat and the eyes. And I'm sitting there. So I'm doing my business at the urinal. And this guy is talking to the other guy waiting. That's what this other guy's waiting to get into the stall because there's only one stall. Oh. And he's like, I'm real sorry, buddy. But somebody didn't flush when I got in here and I had to go. So I had to crap on top of a crap.
Oh, wow.
And it's not flushing now. And I'm like, can this please, come on, let's move this along. Can I get emptied out any quicker here and get out of here? So this guy, he leaves. The other guy runs right in there, and he's trying to flush it, and he realizes it's not going to flush, so he just goes for it.
Crap on a crap on a crap.
Crap on a crap on a crap. And at that point, I'm like, got to get out of here. Got to get out of here.
About to go down.
Yeah.
I go and I order my Coke, a sausage biscuit sandwich, and a hash brown. I'm out.
I'm not going to be playing for this shit.
Bro,
Literally.
Kentucky. I don't mean to, bash anybody's home or anything, but that stretch of 23 through Kentucky, I just was not into stopping anywhere unless it was heavily populated.
Is Kentucky where you went where the guy told you talk too fast at McDonald's?
Years ago, yeah. Years ago, coming back from the 311 Halloween show, I was with Katie, and she was like, can you stop at McDonald's and get me a low-fat Frappuccino? So, I pulled through the thing, and I'm like, yeah, I just need a medium low-fat Frappuccino, whatever else she wanted in it, like caramel or something. And the dude was like, buddy, you're going to have to slow down. You talk way too fast for me. I'm like, I don't really talk that fast, but okay. But it was a friendly guy. I mean, other than that, but,
Buddy, slow it down, please.
Yeah, I can't understand anything you said.
What about Buc-ee's?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did. I went to Buc-ee's down there. I think it was so it's like Pigeon Forge area, but I think it's like the biggest Buc-ee's in the country. And I mean, like 100 and some pumps, gas pumps. And you walk into this place. I mean, you have to literally wait in the traffic to get into Buc-ee's. Like you turn and then you're in a line to get into the parking lot. It's fucking nuts. And you go into this place and it's a madhouse. Like people running around every which way. The only thing I can describe it closely as is like going to Kroger on Christmas Eve.
Wow.
But it's just nonstop. Like people are waiting to get off the highway to get into this Buc-ee's. But and I didn't get any food there. I got some cookies that were really good. But Davey and our one friend Anthony, they got pulled pork sandwiches, and they said it was really good.
I've heard their sandwiches and stuff's really good.
But, of course, the thing that I've always heard about Buc-ee's is that the bathrooms are immaculate. So, of course, I had to go in and use the bathroom. Mm-hmm. But let me just say, people need to start looking at how Buc-ee's builds their bathrooms and start doing that more often. You go in, and it's like a fleet of urinals down one side and then a fleet of stalls down the other side, and in the middle are sinks. But here's the thing. All the urinals are like walled off. So there's two walls in between. So you're not seeing anybody or the creeper isn't going to be able to look at your shit. You know what I'm saying?
No crap on a crap at Buc-ee's.
I don't think there was no crap on a crap on Buc-ee's, but all the stalls are like rooms. So it's just a little room with a toilet in it. And when you go in there and you lock it, a little red light turns on that says it's occupied or whatever. So, Buc-ee's, they're not fucking around. They know what they're doing there.
I mean, they have like dedicated, people doing that, like the restroom crew or whatever.
It's a lot of old people that work at Buc-ee's though. But I ended up just getting some water and gum and those cookies, and I bought a shirt too. But I walked up and it was a bunch of old women at the registers, and I walked up and paid for it, and she's like, "You have a nice day now." I'm like, okay. I was like, you make sure you stay sane in this environment. And she was like, okay. Like, it's just a normal day for her. I'm like, I'd hate to see if this is like not busy for them.
Right.
But yeah, it's a crazy place, man. But there's all kinds of shit in Buc-ee's you can get.
She's like, what's this guy just talking about?
It's like a mini Walmart gas station. Mm-hmm. But it's a nice place. I'll say that.
Say it looks nice.
Yeah, definitely is. All right, so we've got crazy news, Vince McMahon. We might do some Oscar nominations, and then we're going to talk about the unfortunate, untimely passing of Carl Weathers. I say untimely, the man's 76, but
Rest in peace.
He's been busy here lately. All right, so we want to get into crazy news?
Sure.
You ready, Mr. PBS?
Absolutely not. Where are we starting at?
Let's do this Kansas City one, with Super Bowl weekend coming up here.
Let's see here.
There we go. We want to do that one.
Loading. Okay, here we go. From the Independent in the UK. What happened to 3 Kansas City Chiefs fans found dead outside friend's home? The deaths of Clayton McGeeney, 36, David Harrington, 37, and Ricky Johnson, 38, have rocked the community in Kansas City, Missouri. 3 weeks after their bodies were found behind a home, the circumstances surrounding the tragedy remain unclear. A night of celebration ended in tragedy for 3 Kansas City Chiefs fans who mysteriously met their deaths in the backyard of a Missouri home. Kansas City authorities are investigating the circumstances that led to the deaths of Clayton McGinney, David Harrington, and Ricky Johnson. The victims were last seen alive on the night of 7 January. Hoping to continue celebrating the Kansas City Chiefs' victory against the Los Angeles Chargers that night, the 3 men decided to visit a friend. 2 days later, the bodies of the 3 men were found behind the home. 2 of which were discovered in the backyard, and 1 was found on the back porch.
Wow.
Law enforcement has not officially confirmed their cause of death, but it is suspected they died of hypothermia after Kansas City saw below freezing temperatures that reached the teens. An attorney for the owner of the home where the bodies were found told The Independent in a statement that his client was not aware of his friends were dead behind his home until police showed up at his door on 9 January. The Kansas City Police Department said the victims' deaths are not being investigated as homicides and that the homeowner is not a suspect. Yeah. Do you think the cop told him that with a wink? Like, yeah, don't worry about it. You're not a suspect.
Yeah. We'll be back here in a couple weeks. Don't worry.
Just 3 dead dudes in your backyard.
Not suspicious at all.
We're not suspecting.
We're not even entertaining the possibility, sir.
It was too cold for you to go out there and murder them, right?
I'm just going to not let you in.
But 3 weeks after the tragedy, the mystery surrounding it has deepened. As it recently emerged, there was a 5th person present at the home when McGeeney, Harrington, and Johnson visited their friend.
Oh, boy.
Here's everything we know about the case. Homeowner, quote, went to bed before victims left, attorney says. The 3 men arrived at the home of their friend, Jordan Willis, shortly after 9 p.m. on 7 January to celebrate a game that saw the Kansas City Chiefs defeat the Los Angeles Chargers. Mr. Willis reportedly went to bed while his friends were still at the home. Although a cause and manner of death have not been confirmed pending an autopsy, John Pacerno, an attorney for Mr. Willis, said the men seemingly died by hypothermia. Mr. Pacerno said it was a mystery how the 3 bodies went undiscovered for 2 days. Jordan had absolutely nothing to do with their deaths, he said in a statement to The Independent. He does not know the timing or manner of their deaths, nor does he know how or when they exited the home. He had no knowledge that they remained in his backyard or that they needed medical attention.
How do you not know when your friends don't leave your house or what, like I always walk you guys out of the house when you leave.
Right.
And even if I don't walk you out of the house, I walk upstairs at some point before I go to bed and I see that you're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. If you had maybe like a big backyard, maybe you wouldn't notice 3 bodies out there. And one on your porch.
It's a lot of land, maybe, but
it's insane, dude.
Yeah.
Mr. Willis was unaware that loved ones had been trying to locate his 3 missing friends, although 2 cars that belonged to his friends were parked in his street. Mr. Willis didn't notice the cars because they were not parked in his driveway. 2 people came to his house. However, he did not hear them as he sleeps with earbuds and a loud fan. Mr. Pacerno said, one of those people, the wife of one of the deceased, tried to reach him via Facebook Messenger. Unfortunately, he did not see the message until after the police contacted him. The Kansas City Police Department is investigating whether alcohol or drugs were involved in the incident. KCPD Captain Jake Bachina told Fox News.
I like Bachina.
Bachina.
Maybe it's Bachina.
That'd be my guess. Told Fox News Digital that Mr. Willis had been cooperative with the investigation and he was not considered a suspect. First and foremost, this case is 100% not, that's all caps there, not being investigated as a homicide, Captain Bachina said. There have not been any arrests or charges and no one is in custody. There are no specific threats or concern for the surrounding community at this time. 5th individual was present at gathering. Mr. Pacerno recently revealed there was a 5th friend with Mr. Willis and the other 3 men on the night of 7 January. Sorry, the ad's cutting into my reading there a little bit. Mr. Talgi, also said that his client had received messages from McGeeney's fiance and Johnson's mother who were concerned after not hearing from their loved ones. Despite Mr. Pacerno's previous statements, Mr. Talgi said his client did send a text to Mr. Willis asking if he knew McGeeney, Harrington, and Johnson's whereabouts. Family members voiced frustration. Family members of the deceased have expressed their frustration at the lack of answers and investigation into their loved one's death. My son and these other men were wonderful people. They deserve justice, Jennifer Marquez, Harrington's mother, told blah, blah, blah.
People don't just die on porches.
Yeah.
Just the thought of him dying and then him sitting outside in the cold for 2 days. McGeeney's cousin Kayla McGeeney told Fox 4, it's extremely devastating. The whole family is messed up. He was such a good person.
Next season of True Detective here. How did the Kansas City fans die? Terrible, man.
Ashton Brady told News Nation that he was getting ready for bed when he noticed a woman who appeared to be distressed walking up from behind Jordan Willis's house across the street. An ambulance and multiple police cars arrived on the scene, and Mr. Brady, been recording on his phone, capturing Mr. Willis being detained by police in front of his home. Bro, what is going on right now? Mr. Brady is heard on the video exclaiming, what is going on right now? Dude, domestic violence is crazy. Yo, everybody be nice to one another. Come on now, what is going on? I don't know, that's what's going on.
Yeah.
Mr. Brady told News Nations that he thought it was some sort of domestic dispute, and eventually he went to bed. It wasn't until the next day he found out what happened. The police searched the house, went to the backyards, everything. I had no idea what had happened, Mr. Brady said. The next morning I saw the news. I was just kind of in disbelief. I watched that happen. Jonathan Price told News Nation that the frozen body of his brother Ricky Johnson was found in a sitting position in a lawn chair. David Harrington was found in a lawn chair on the back porch rather than all three laying flat, Mr. Price said. As a brother, I'm looking at everything. It's the same every day with the lack of answers and the inability to truly mourn without any cause. Mr. Price said, I want to be involved more. My mother and Ricky's father want to be involved more, and we're not getting answers from the investigations.
Just a weird... It's just weird. Like, how did these people die on the property? Like, were they just so fucked up they fell asleep outside and died?
The way it sounds like is that they got fucked up, went outside, and just passed out and just never woke up. That's what it sounds like.
They said the one dude was like asleep for like 2 days or something like that. Like, something just doesn't add up.
I'm confident that the Kansas City Police Department watched American Nightmare and took notes. Said, we don't fucking care.
Right.
It's just weird.
It really is. I mean, it's just... I hope they make a documentary about it. Because, I mean, I want to know more.
They have to.
And, I mean, I don't know. Like, obviously, an autopsy will go a long way in this.
Yeah.
But, hey, I hope the parents find something out. Because it's just, like, oh, my son died sleeping outside. Why was he sleeping outside?
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe they just got fucked up and fell asleep outside. And old dude was asleep for 2 days, so he wasn't getting up and...
No.
I don't buy that, though. Nobody sleeps for 2 days.
No. I mean, you have to wake up.
Maybe I misread that or misheard it.
I think maybe they said the guys were outside for 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
it's still funny.
He slept with a fan and he didn't notice these people were dead in his backyard.
I don't know. You got some big windows out back, so I'm sure you look out back often. I got some windows facing the back, but I'm always peeking out back anyway, just kind of looking for animals or something, just kind of checking out what's out back. So I don't.
Something's just not right. It's not right. And, like in The Dark Knight, I don't believe in coincidences.
Yeah, just crazy.
All right. You want me to take this one?
Sure.
Or do you want to take it?
Oh, you can go for the crazy YouTube man.
Pennsylvania man arrested after allegedly killing his father and displaying his decapitated head on YouTube. Whew. In the video, which has been removed, Justin Mon, I think that's how you say his name, says his father was a federal employee and refers to him as a traitor while voicing right-wing conspiracy theories.
How deep down the rabbit hole do you have to go?
Hey, this
kill one of your own relatives?
I posted something earlier today, and this is the world we live in now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, people are just out there.
Supposedly the video was up on YouTube for like 6 hours or something.
Yeah. Oh, so somebody's probably downloaded it, and it's out there now.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen someone get decapitated in real life?
I never watched any of those videos.
I've seen one like way back in the day, and it doesn't, like, you see movies where people get decapitated, and then you see the real thing. You're like, that looks fake. Like, that's, I mean, it just doesn't look real.
Mm-hmm. Is it like Faces of Death, probably? Or
it's just weird, man. Yeah. A Pennsylvania man has been arrested after allegedly killing his father before displaying his decapitated head in a gruesome YouTube video while spouting right-wing conspiracy theories. Justin Mon, 32, is accused of killing his father, Michael Mon. Police told NBC News. While police did not release the victim's age, public records show him to have been 68. Poor dude. Work all your life to get decapitated by your kid.
Crazy ass kid.
Bond was taken into custody about 100 miles away from the crime scene on suspicion of first-degree murder, abuse of a corpse, and possessing an instrument of crime with intent, according to court docket released early Wednesday. He was arraigned at 4 a.m. and denied bail, Middletown Township Police Captain Pete Feeney said. In the YouTube video, which was titled Mon's Militia Call to Arms for American Patriots. What? And is cited in a police complaint, Mon is seen wearing gloves and holding his father's head in a plastic bag. Later, the head can be seen in a cooking pot. Are you fucking kidding me? What a nut job. And you know what kills? If there's one of these dudes like this,
There's many.
there's hundreds of them.
Yep.
There's hundreds of them out there that are just bought into this. Mon says his father was a federal employee for 20 years and refers to him as a traitor, calling for the death of all federal officials and attacking President Joe Biden's administration, the Black Lives Matter movement, the LGBTQ community, and Antifa activists. YouTube removed the video, which is more than 14 minutes long, hours after it was posted. Look at this crazy fuck. It just looks like he's out there, doesn't he?
And I guarantee you, this motherfucker's gonna get like plead insanity, and we can't just.
Well, I mean,
I mean,
he's
it's
definitely.
Well, we
pretty
can't just
clear.
go-
There's a pretty clear
I know.
case for it, Robzilla.
Well, I'm just saying, you should just take this motherfucker out and just hang him. Just get it over with.
Yeah, just put the dog out of his
Yeah,
misery.
exactly.
In a statement, a YouTube spokesperson said the video was taken down because of its strict policies prohibiting graphic violence and violent extremism. The video was removed for violating our graphic violence policy, and Justin Mon's channel was terminated in line with our violent extremism
I
policies.
was looking to see if his channel was still up at all.
Our teams are closely tracking to remove any re-uploads of the video, the statement said. Well, you can't do anything if they're uploaded on a different site. Prior federal lawsuits. Mon has filed at least 3 lawsuits against federal agencies, including the U.S. government, claiming they negligently caused him to take out student loans between 2010 and his graduation from Pennsylvania State University in 2014, a court filing shows. Yeah, see, this dude was a nut job. He paid a filing fee of $2,000, and after his claims were dismissed, he sought to have the judge recused from the case because of what he claimed was a personal bias and conflicting personal financial interest. In a legal opinion on the case, the judge called the accusations entirely speculative and without factual basis. Oh, much like most of the thought process behind most of these people.
Yeah.
And said Mon's complaints were the inaccurate allegations of a disappointed college graduate. You imagine you're like, think you have this groundbreaking lawsuit to get out of your student loans, and the guy just tells you you're just a disappointed college graduate. Get
Probably
over
said
it.
You're fucking stupid, basically.
Go find another job and pay your shit off, bitch. Mon also sued his former employer, Progressive Insurance. Now, here's the thing. This is a college graduate guy working for a corporation that hates his life and has gone down the rabbit hole and, wants a better life, but just went crazy.
This guy's like almost the epitome of like falling down, basically.
Yeah. Except he
That
kills
movie.
his dad.
Yeah, exactly.
Puts his dad's head in a cooking pot.
He's got to cook out the demons.
Yeah. Okay, so he sued Progressive Insurance in 2020, alleging wrongful termination and sex discrimination against men. He was hired as a customer service representative in October 2016 and was fired in August 2017 after he kicked open the facility's doors, court records show. Imagine going to, was it Penn State University that he went to, or Pennsylvania University? You get your 4-year degree, all to work as a customer service rep for Progressive Auto Insurance.
I would like to hear some of the customer service calls with that guy.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
That'd be insane.
So, have you voted for Trump today?
Well, why the
Trump
fuck haven't
2024, right?
That's how he starts out with every conversation. Dude, I just want insurance.
Taxation is theft, sir. Sir, I just want to change my insurance policy. Well, I'm just telling you, you don't have to pay your taxes anymore, sir.
You don't need insurance if you're just traveling.
Just say you're a sovereign citizen.
You know, that's when they arrested him, he was probably like,
Oh, I guarantee you.
what the fuck's the problem? I'm traveling. You can't stop me. Sir, you have a weapon with intent to murder somebody. I'm traveling. I'm allowed to have what I want.
I love it when they first start saying it in like these videos, and the cop goes, "Okay, we're not gonna be doing this.
Yeah.
Give me your fucking license, or you're going to jail."
Dude,
straight up,
I can only imagine what goes through a cop's head when he pulls somebody over and they're like, I'm traveling. I don't need to talk to you.
they turn off their body cam like, let's get something fucking straight here.
Why did you pull over then? if you don't have to do this.
And it's so funny because they're like, watch this. I'm a sovereign citizen. Okay, get out of the fucking car.
I have this packet of papers for you to read.
So Mom was highly active on social media where he promoted his self-released music and books. How did we know it was going to take this turn? Including dystopian science fiction. Oh, come on, dude. A nonfiction book released via Amazon in 2017 titled The Revolution Leader's Survival Guide. Contains the transcript of the letter to then President Donald Trump warning of a peaceful revolution helped led by the author if positive change does not come to America and the world soon. You know, I laugh at this stuff, but this is serious, man. These people are a dime a dozen and they're ready to fuck shit up.
I always tell people, like, I laugh at inappropriate things just because I'm like, that's my reaction. Like,
yeah,
I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
It's just so crazy. It makes you laugh.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody is literally that warped that they think they can overturn the government. Like, he thinks he's going to overturn shit. Like, buddy, if they want you dead, they'll kill you before you can even get out of your house.
Yeah.
They'll blow your fucking house up.
They'll send a little drone and just blow your
And they'll make
up.
it look like an accident, like you had a gas leak or something.
Right.
Look, we live in a different world. Maybe back in the 70s, you might be able to, you know, gather some type of organization up to get something like this, but it's not happening in today's world.
In that movie Shooter with Mark Wahlberg, they were getting ready to try to kill Michael Pena and like make it look like a suicide. They have like this whole contraption, like he shoots himself in the head.
Yeah.
So they can make it look like that.
These people are buffoons, dude. I mean, listen, you want to vote whoever you want to vote for, that's fine. I could care less.
Right.
But when you start like talking about overthrowing the government and making threats and trying to sue like, it's not happening. It's not happening.
Jake from State Farm is fucking serious here, buddy.
Right. These people are just, that's crazy, man. Can you imagine? Like, that's your dad. I mean, listen, most people don't have good relationships with their fathers or mothers, but at some point, like, what goes through your head? Like, the guy was just a federal employee. I mean, he probably could have voted for who the guy wanted to vote for, but because he worked for the government, he wanted to kill him.
Right.
So it's just a weird thing. But at the end of the day, that's your pops. You know, like, that's the guy that brought you into the world.
He's one of those fucking,
help bring you into the world.
he's one of them lizard people.
Yeah, something. Hey, man, I like conspiracy theories, but I'm not about to like go kill somebody over it. You know?
Yeah.
It's just not. No.
That's insane.
At some point, you have to grasp reality.
These people don't have.
They're in another world.
Reality.
They live in another world. That's all I'm going to say. So I was going to talk about the other one, but we don't have time.
Okay.
But all we need to know is that 2 people were arrested after kidnapping a 13-year-old boy after he broke into their Kia.
Yeah.
They held him hostage and called his dad and were requesting like $3,000. And
Your son broke our shit, so we need to get it fixed.
yeah, I totally don't see anything wrong with it.
No.
Recoup those damages.
And this is in Columbus, Ohio, by the way.
Yeah, this is in our hometown.
This is in Florida.
Fucking kids stealing Kias.
I know.
But
Fuck them Kia boys.
Hey, if you get, it's that whole thing about like if you get caught doing a crime,
You're gonna have to do the
it's
time.
like calling the police when somebody steals your drugs. Like,
I mean, so you're not allowed to protect your property?
You're not allowed to.
I mean, if it'd be different if he broke into their homes, but I mean, the car is still your property.
Yeah.
is the moral of the story they should have just shot a 13-year-old kid instead of
Yeah.
I mean, so if it was on their driveway and they shot him, would they be going to jail?
He's coming right for us.
I mean, don't we have? I don't know if we have like stand your ground laws in Ohio, but I'm pretty sure we basically do now, right?
Yeah. But it used to be a thing where, like, in our day and age, you were scared to steal from somebody because there was always that saying, like, ain't gonna be no calling the cops bullshit.
We're just gonna fucking shoot you.
Yeah, we're gonna beat the fuck out of you, and then you won't steal next time.
Yeah.
But these kids nowadays, they're like, fuck it, I'll go spend a night in, juvie or whatever, and I'll be back at home.
I'm gonna post this on TikTok and me stealing shit.
Have you seen like the video of these kids driving the cars? They're always like, it ends so badly. They just fucking drive right into a pole or a house or some shit.
Like 8 kids get out.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking clown car is what it is.
Yeah, it really is. That's what we should do. We should put a montage video of like all these kids wrecking the Kias to Benny Hill.
You need to set up, what do they call those cars? Like the cops set up to get stolen. Like the decoy cars or whatever they call them.
Yeah.
Just decoy Kias.
I love those too when they're like, oh, fuck, I can't get out.
At this point, Kia is just, there has to be a massive lawsuit that they're getting ready to be paying out or something. It's just ridiculous. How many years have we been talking about Kias being stolen? Since the beginning of the pandemic, right?
It has to be.
But I tell you what, I'm tired of my insurance going up every
right.
fucking 6 months, $10.
Do you have a Kia? Okay, we're not going to raise your insurance.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
All right, so we get to move along to the more juicier story this week. You ready for it?
Yeah.
Our boy, Vinnie Mac.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Yes.
Vincent K. McMahon.
You know, as soon as this all came out, it made me really glad that we had our Goodbye Vince segment, however many episodes ago that was now, where we said, like, thanks for the memories, Vince.
Yeah.
But go away. Yeah, well, he's back.
Yes, he is.
Back.
And it's not good news.
It is not.
So, WWE founder Vince McMahon resigns after sex trafficking accusations. Here are the previous allegations against him. Oh, so this is just, I forgot which one I put on here. But so basically this girl that, you know, we knew he had an affair.
He's well known for having affairs.
I believe him and Linda have been separated for some time.
Yeah, they're just married for show.
She like lives in Florida or whatever, and he's the Stanford man still or whatever.
So Vince McMahon, founder of WWE Wrestling, this comes from Forbes.com, by the way, and CEO of TKO Group, resigned Friday amid allegations that he sexually trafficked and abused a former employee, which he has denied, adding to previous accusations of sexual misconduct against the wrestling mogul.
Wrestling Mogwai. Don't get him wet.
Mogwai.
Yeah, Mogwai.
Don't keep him after midnight.
So, and this is pretty much a timeline. I think this is why I posted it in there. January 2024, earlier this week, former WWE employee Janelle Grant, a woman who said she had been offered $3 million to sign a non-disclosure agreement to keep quiet about her alleged affair with McMahon, filed a bombshell lawsuit against McMahon, claiming, among other things, he pressured her into having sex with him and others at the company. Claims he said he will vigorously defend himself against. June 2022. In 2022, the Wall Street Journal reported that WWE was investigating a $3 million hush money payment McMahon made to cover up the alleged affair with Grant, leading to the discovery of a total of $12 million in secret settlements with 4 women. Wow, this dude's a piece of shit. And including two who alleged sexual misconduct, according to the Journal. You know, I read some of these text messages and I was like, this just seems so fucking crazy. I don't know if I believe it.
Yeah.
If they're taking advantage, I mean, obviously, look who the dude is around all the time.
Yeah.
You'd be fucking around too. I mean, let's be honest with it. You got all that power, money. You're gonna be fucking. I mean, it's just that simple. I don't care how secure your relationship is or whatever. You are going to be tempted and you will not be able to say no. 2022 to 2023, McMahon initially retired amid the hush money scandal in July 2022, but after WWE concluded its internal investigation into the payments in November 2022, he returned to the WWE board in January 2023. A federal investigation into the misconduct allegations is ongoing, and McMahon was subpoenaed as part of the investigation last August. In a statement to media outlets at the time, he said he always denied any intentional wrongdoing and continued to do so. 2006. In 2006, headlines surfaced that a tanning salon employee in Boca Raton accused McMahon of showing her unsolicited naked photos of himself and groping her, but prosecutors ultimately declined to file charges due to lack of evidence. And per reporting by the Daily Beast in 2018, McMahon adamantly denied any misconduct at the time. Now we're down to 1992. In 1992, Rita Chatterton, a former WWE referee, publicly accused McMahon of raping her in 1986 during an interview with Geraldo Rivera. And in January, the Wall Street Journal reported that McMahon and Chatterton agreed to a multi-million-dollar settlement over allegations decades later. But McMahon has always denied the accusations, and his attorney maintained that denial to the Wall Street Journal, claiming he settled the case solely to avoid the cost of litigation. Crazy shit. A spokesman for McMahon said Grant's lawsuit was replete with lies, obscene made-up instances that never occurred, and a vindictive distortion of the truth. Per the Wall Street Journal, TKO noted the allegations predated its creation after the merger of WWE and Ultimate Fighting Championship's parent company, Endeavor. But that the company was still taking the horrific allegations seriously and addressing the matter internally. Per multiple media outlets, McMahon has said he plans to vigorously defend himself from the lawsuit, but would step down out of respect to WWE and TKO. Forbes has contacted TKO and WWE for comment. Key background. Last year, WWE completed a merger with Endeavor, the entity behind the Ultimate Fighting Championship. McMahon was tapped as the executive chairman of the new resulting company, TKO. But news of Grant's lawsuit Friday ultimately forced McMahon to resign. The lawsuit has also raised questions about the legitimacy of WWE's investigation into McMahon's secret settlement payments, with Grant's attorneys calling the investigation a sham in the lawsuit. A former WWE board member told Wall Street Journal that the board remained confident in the investigation, but was not at liberty to comment on what was and what was not learned during the probe. Wow. It's a lot to tackle there. And this isn't even so much anything that's juicy about this story so far. Do we want to get into that?
Sure.
I mean, I've got a couple pictures here. Let me post this out here. Right here. All right, so this is a screenshot that our buddy Eric sent us in one chat. And this is taken directly from the lawsuit. I mean, I don't know. How many pages is this? 67.
Yeah, PDF like 67 pages.
Yeah, it's a lot. So this is just number 20 off of here. As one example of McMahon's extreme depravity, on May 9th, 2020, he defecated on Miss Grant during a threesome and then commanded her to continue pleasuring his friend, with feces in her hair running down her back while McMahon went to the bathroom to shower off. Upon his return from the bathroom, McMahon and his friend, as you know, in quotations, friend, actively resumed the threesome. Who goes and gets showered and then goes back right back to the plane and the shit?
Well, Vincent does.
Yeah, apparently. Which lasted over an hour and a half. That's a long fucking time, man.
Yeah, that motherfucker is popping some pills.
Yeah, obviously.
I think it's important to remember that, like, Vince is like 77.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Either now or that was a couple years ago. So the man is solidly in his 70s doing all of this.
Yeah, going for an hour and a half of that activity.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's in great shape, so I'm not putting it past him. But you see where I'm talking about? Some of this just seems so crazy.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the dude's a sick fuck, it sounds like.
Yeah.
And people are like, if you really knew Vince, you would fucking hate him.
Yeah.
So, who knows, man? So, here we go back to this. While Miss Grant remained covered in McMahon's filth, when McMahon's friend left, McMahon ordered her to stay and continue to sexually gratify him. So that was after the hour and a half. He was still like, come on, you're doing this. 21, in June 2021, McMahon and the defendant, Laurinaitis, sexually assaulted Miss Grant inside Laurinaitis' office in WWE headquarters while colleagues were busy at their desks. Do you think they heard everything? Like, what the fuck's going on in that office?
Right.
Behind a locked door, the two men cornered her and pulled her in between them, forcibly touching her before ultimately putting her on top of a table between them. She begged them to stop, but they forced themselves on her, each taking turns restraining her for the other while saying, no means no. Take it, bitch.
Oh,
That's my Vince McMahon voice. I mean, that hurts my voice.
Yeah.
How does he talk like that all the
I
time?
don't know.
Then, now, and forever.
Yeah,
Isn't that WWE slogan?
I think so.
I'll have to put rape at the beginning of that.
Yeah.
Rape, then, now, and forever.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon's legacy.
Exactly. Piece of shit.
I mean, really. I mean, and listen, if this is true, this is some terrible shit.
Sadistic shit.
Serial rapist shit.
Yeah. And not judging here, but I mean, if you look at Vince McMahon now, this motherfucker's got dyed black hair. He's got some weird ass mustache. It's just like he's extra creepy now too.
It really is. He's got that villain look.
Yeah,
like real life
like a
villain
Bond
look.
villain,
He really does.
a Russian Bond villain, and he's got a cane too, walking around.
And I mean, there's text messages in here too. And I
Yeah.
mean, it's screenshots. So until they're like officially pulled from, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we have an official phone record of this. After the threesomes began, McMahon became more sadistic and his fantasies focused on control, such as choking, sensory deprivation, pain, humiliation. I would say shitting on somebody is humiliating.
Yeah.
And group scenarios in which Miss Grant was to be physically overwhelmed and subversive. Wow.
And you know, we kind of laugh at this, but it's so outrageous.
Subservient.
Yeah.
Sorry. It is. It's outrageous. I mean, it's so outrageous it makes you laugh at some point.
It's
It's
just
just like Kyle said, or Mr. PBS said. It's so outrageous. Like the only reaction you have is to laugh at it.
Yeah.
And you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But so, and these text messages are just so fucking weird.
Yeah.
So RE, your last picture, and he types like a retard. If this is really him,
He types like a fucking 13-year-old.
yeah, not even a 13-year-old. Like, what the hell? You need your panties ripped off and 3 big black dicks all in all 3 holes. All is all caps, by the way, at the same time. Way up your pussy. And pussy is spelled Pussey. Like, I would think Vince McMahon knows how to spell pussy at this age, wouldn't you?
Unless he's just losing it.
Maybe it was supposed to be like pussy.
It's supposed to be French.
Yeah. And way up your ass as far as they will go, but even farther. So all the way through the colon, Vince? What are we doing here?
Does her asshole have the black hole? I mean, what the fuck is this going on?
Yeah. And the thickest cock goes down your throat. Keep in mind, you're he's not spelling anything out. It's you are, not you are. It's so crazy, isn't it?
That line really put Robzilla over the edge.
So why do you think this girl put up with this?
Money.
Well, they talk about it other places.
I mean, I guess it was her, it was her meal ticket, her job or security.
Well, she lived in the same building as Vince.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming Vince had like the penthouse or whatever, top floor.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming everybody else there had to have some money at least anyway. Mm-hmm. But I guess her parents died.
Yeah, and they were like bankrupt or something like that.
So basically she was, I haven't seen anything that tells her age yet. I've heard either maybe she was as young as her 20s or maybe in her 30s or 40s already.
Well, from the picture, she does look young.
She does look young in the picture.
Yeah, she's a very attractive lady, that's for sure.
So I'm assuming the idea is, she didn't want to lose the place she's always lived or whatever. And Vince said, gave
her a way to maintain her lifestyle.
Be my, girlfriend, whatever. Do this fake job, and I'll give you the money.
Yeah.
And the biggest cock goes down your throat.
You'll be my fucking toilet whore.
I mean, this is just some weird, just the way everything's written,
and I don't put it past it because a lot of these rich, powerful guys are fucking weirdos and freaks.
Yeah,
and,
they are.
I mean,
it's the whole power thing.
It is.
So let me finish reading this.
All those concussions.
Yeah.
All those stone cold stunners.
And the thickest cock goes down your throat. So it makes you gag and convulse as those big black cocks pound away. It feels like from the start you're being assaulted, but it's made you come nonstop. Just one continuous constant orgasm. And just before you pass out, those big black dicks squirt. I can't get through this because
Bring it in.
this big black dick squirt.
Rob is out. He's done.
Should we read Rob? What was the book that all the chicks were getting crazy?
Great. Yeah, 50 Shades of Grey.
50 Shades of Grey. 50 Shades of Vince.
That'd be a top seller.
Dicks squirt their loads of cum inside you.
Okay.
As you lay on your stomach, the cum is coming out of your holes. I'll turn you over and jack off all over you. It's funny. You read this and you just imagine that Vince McMahon character like saying it, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, take it, bitch.
See, now I want the AI to create his voice and then read off his.
Oh,
text.
dude, that would be gold.
No.
Somebody's got to be working on that right
They
now.
have to be.
You know, we thought the Johnny Depp trial. Wait until this shit goes.
Oh, yeah.
You know they're going to put cameras in there, and
Oh yeah.
he's going to be in there with that pouty face and getting angry and all that.
I'd be like, hey, before we go in there, you need to shave off that Hitler mustache and get rid of that fucking
It's
black
just-
hair, dude.
Number one, it's ballsy to just talk to an employee like that.
Yeah.
Like, motherfucker, you do know people screenshot and keep things nowadays, and
Yeah.
they can bring it. I mean, I guess when you have money, you don't care.
See, this isn't 1987, dude. This is 2024.
Yeah,
They keep receipts.
Yeah, receipts, exactly.
Yeah.
But goddamn, Rob, you
I'm sorry.
made us all break character there.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're right. What is his obsession with big black dicks, too?
I don't
If
know.
that's the case, you know,
And I
if
thought-
it's
and-
really him.
Well, and I heard like stories too that he was kind of racist, anyways. You know.
Oh, really?
I've heard like
I haven't heard anything like
I've
that.
heard like
but-
certain things, but I don't think it's really true.
huh.
Yeah.
Well, you know, they don't push too many black wrestlers, so
Yeah.
very plausible.
Yeah.
But it's just insane. Did you find anything?
I've got the whole lawsuit pulled up. And there's a Variety article in the thing that I think goes into more detail about some of the stuff, but
Oh, right here.
I don't know if anything's going to compare to Rob and his black
his
phalluses.
laugh. Is there anything worth reading in this?
I mean, it
Since-
gives a good summary of kind of what's going on.
Since we're at an hour here.
Sorry,
There
I
is-
was
I don't know.
laughing
I don't know
like
if you
a
want
12-year-old.
to. I don't know if you want to read any of the other text
But
messages.
so, and they used her to seal a deal with another. There's supposedly a wrestler that's involved in this too. And I mean, they're not saying it, but everybody's kind of alluding that it's Brock Lesnar.
Well, our buddy Waddell said like they stopped selling his merch. He was supposed to be in the Royal Rumble, but they gave it to another wrestler. So he's kind of like,
Oh, did they really? See, I didn't know all this.
yeah. So it's Braun Breaker from NXT. He took the number spot. That's what they thought Brock Lesnar was going to be at. So
Okay. Wow. I mean, this is just, and to
And-
do all this in like WWE offices while people are working,
yeah.
it must be a fucking wild place to work there.
So
Well, he's
imagine-
got his own office and his own like shower.
Yeah, I mean, it's his own floor or whatever.
you know,
so-
workroom or whatever.
and just think how it is now. What do you think it was back in the 80s, early 90s?
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
It was a free for all,
Oh, yeah.
probably. Free for all.
There's other things where like he gave her like $15,000 after the
Yeah, and like gift
the head
cards.
incident.
Yeah.
He gave her like $15,000 in gift cards, like Bloomingdale's or something. People are. It's still just, again, this is all allegedly, but people are speculating now about maybe this is why, like Shane and Stephanie may have left the company. They may not known specific things were going on, but they may have known something was going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess there's some issue with him and Shane in particular, too.
Right. Yeah. And that, he.
I mean, the way he shit on Stephanie, too, at that one point
Right.
when he, asserted all those board privileges or whatever to reclaim the company
Right.
and his
he
position.
retired and they let her take over, and then he came back and she left. So
So here's a statement from Grant's attorney, Ann Callis. Ann Callis, an attorney for Grant, said in a statement, today's complaint seeks to hold accountable two WWE executives who sexually assaulted and trafficked plaintiff Janelle Grant, as well as the organization that facilitated or turned a blind eye to the abuse and then swept it under the rug. She is an incredibly private and courageous person who has suffered deeply at the hands of Mr. McMahon and Mr. Laurinaitis. Ms. Grant hopes that her lawsuit will prevent other women from being victimized. The organization is well aware of Mr. McMahon's history of depraved behavior, and it's time that they take responsibility for the misconduct of its leadership. Grant's lawsuit against Mr. McMahon, Laurinaitis, and WWE was first reported by the Wall Street Journal.
Yes, imagine reading that in the Wall Street Journal.
Yeah. Like, I'm just here to get some nice news, you know.
Stock tips.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who's
what's
this
Mr.
guy
McMahon up to?
shitting on his employees and raping them in his office?
Literally shitting on them.
Oh, you know Netflix has to be.
Oh, yeah. They're cooking.
If I was Netflix, I'd be like, get me this lady on the phone.
Yeah.
And let's just pay her whatever she wants for a
And
documentary.
then
Well, I mean,
Netflix just got the rights. They're supposed to,
Yeah.
WWE's supposed to be joining them
Oh,
in
I could see that
2025.
would be a big fucking
big
problem for them.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Dark Side of the Ring has to be chomping at the bit to do
Oh,
an
yeah.
episode now.
Somebody's getting it. Yeah.
Get Vince on the phone. We got to talk to him.
It's just one of those things. It's just so fucking crazy that you just like, what other reaction do you have?
What am I supposed to do with all this information? That's not like I can't.
My
process.
brain is overloaded.
Yeah. I mean, Rob heard big black dicks and he was like, just laughing like a schoolgirl over there.
I kept thinking, like, imagining Vince McMahon saying it.
Yeah.
And that's just so fucking funny.
And when you read these things,
Yeah.
like I was reading the text messages and I couldn't read it without thinking like, you're fired.
Well, it's just we've grown up on wrestling and Vince McMahon,
Yeah.
so we immediately go to that, and it's hilarious.
Do you think he's going to walk into the courtroom to the No Chance music?
If he did, that man needs to
He's
go.
he's gonna wish he could.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen with this courtroom, buddy. No
That's
chance
the thing.
of you winning.
He's got all this money from the sale of WWE. Like, how much are they going to go after? Like, and
It could
listen,
be a lot.
nowadays, like they can put you in jail for, based on testimony of victims.
Yeah.
I mean, there doesn't have to be a whole lot of like for sure evidence. If you believe the person up there testifying, it's enough to convict, it sounds like nowadays. I mean, well, we know that from obviously other things that have happened.
Yeah.
So,
Well, he has a history of this, so that does
and
not help either.
Yeah, it doesn't help at all.
Yeah.
He has not helped himself over the years.
No, not at all.
He is a dirtbag.
I know there was, I watched a TikTok and people who keep up with wrestling, I guess like Triple H came out and said he didn't read the lawsuit or anything. They're like, that's bullshit. Yeah, that's what he said. Bullshit. You're a chairman. You read that
He's
shit.
the fucking dude at WWE right now. Like,
That's your father-in-law. You read that shit.
yeah, like he knows. Do you let your grandkids go and see this dude after all this shit?
Fuck no.
No.
And plus, I'm not saying anything or alluding, but I mean, he had all of his kids are daughters, so I wouldn't.
Except for Shane. Well, I
I'm
mean,
talking about
obviously, Triple H, yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, no.
Yeah, that's, I don't know, man.
Well, the thing is, the only reason this came out is because he quit paying the NDA money.
Yeah.
I'm not paying a goddamn
Like he paid $1 million of it, and then he was supposed to pay another $2 or $3 million and didn't. That's why this is all coming out now, is because
he's a cheap fuck.
he didn't pay the NDA money.
Yeah, all you had to do is pay that. Now you're really going to pay.
At what point how ballsy do you think, like, if I just stop paying, she ain't going to do nothing? Who's going to believe her?
Do you think it
Right.
was his decision, or do you think it was like an accounting error?
I think it was his. I think he's that bold.
Yeah, I ain't paying you a goddamn thing. It's
What's
like,
the saying? A red cent. I'm not paying you a red cent.
His lawyer accountant calls him up Vince, what's this check here made out to hush money? Do you want to cancel that, or
Who knows? And
That's on the memo line.
they may when they were going through those accounting things where they found $12 million or whatever, they were probably like, we need to stop any of these payments now.
well, I believe there's a clause in his contract with TKO that says any payments or whatever that come as a result of his like behavior is his responsibility. Like, obviously the company doesn't want to be involved with any of that at all.
This is all your shit, Vince. Not
He's
our problem.
rich enough to where it shouldn't matter. You know what I mean? But
They've all made
the dude is a certified.
He's a fucking predator.
Yeah, he is. I mean, this is like predator shit.
It
like
is.
you say.
It
Yeah,
really is.
This is serial like rapist shit.
I just want to hear like Linda come out like, yeah, he's that fucking crazy.
Yeah, nobody is like really saying anything about it. And I'm just wondering, like, are the kids behind him? Is Triple H behind him? Or are they just kind of like, let's leave this motherfucker out to dry?
Yeah. Well, I think at this point, even when you're in the public light like that, you kind of have to wipe your hands of him. I mean, his record doesn't help him. So it's kind of like, sorry, Pops, you're on your own about this one.
He's made his money. And
God damn it, Trips.
if I'm Vince, I'm buying a fucking island. I'm dipping. I ain't going to no lawsuits or anything.
He's going to be excommunicado.
I mean, we've seen the statements where he's like, I'm innocent. I'm innocent.
I did it just to protect myself. I stepped down out of
She
respect.
asked me to shit on her.
So I obliged her.
She told me she wanted me to talk to her like that.
You
I mean, that's
predator.
probably going to be his defense.
It is. She was a crazy bitch. I liked it. Like, okay, Vince.
He'll say, we had the NDA because it was an affair and I didn't want it to come out, but she liked all that stuff. That's exactly what he's going to do.
I can only imagine Linda. She's like, this motherfucker needs to die. So I just keep her all these stories, all these, shit.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean,
I know they're not married, but Jesus Christ, dude, like she's got to be
people,
embarrassed.
when they mess around and they do shit like this, they don't understand, like, when it all comes crashing down, it doesn't, just affect you.
Yeah.
It affects your spouse, your
relationships,
your parents. It affects your sisters, your brothers, your uncles, your aunts, your kids, grandkids. I mean, it affects everybody that has a relationship with you. So,
I mean, even there was what was it? Beyond the Mat, when we saw that, like, perfect example, like Jake the Snake. He's like, you're on the road, and then you're like, well, I'm gonna sleep with this woman. You're like, well, I'm gonna have two now. Well, now I'm gonna watch. This is like he said, it just never gets enough.
Yeah.
So I mean, that might be the way of Vince.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, when you get to that level of money, power, it's never enough, and you have to exercise that authority somehow.
Yeah.
But it's just fucking crazy, bro. Crazy shit.
Yeah.
So, moving along here, after all that shit,
Sorry.
we can go through a quick rundown of the Oscar nominations. What do you guys think about that? People are bitching because Barbie didn't get nominated for Best Picture. I know that. Let's see here.
I heard people were more bitching about Ryan Gosling got for Best Male Performance, but Margot Robbie didn't. Is that correct?
Something like that.
I heard people who were upset they didn't get heads for Margot Robbie. Heads for Margot.
Heads for Margot. We need to get her on the podcast.
Yeah, we do.
That would be cool. Hopefully one day we eclipse some sort of fame to where we can get Margot Robbie on here and tell her we can play her the story of Heads for Margot.
I would love
and we'll also talk to her about mispronouncing her name wrong for like 5 years.
I would love to have her and David Arquette. It's my dream.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I would really love to hang out with David Arquette.
Oh, man, I would love to drink with David Arquette.
Well, I don't he's an alcoholic. I don't want to drink with him.
That's true. Yeah, take that back.
I just want to hang out and have a good time with him.
Yeah.
And if he wants to have a beer, that's on him.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see here. Do we not have a list in this? Oh, here we go. So Oppenheimer got 13 nominations.
Yeah.
Poor Things got 11. Killers of the Flower Moon got 10. Barbie got 8. Maestro got 7. American Fiction? Is that right, or is that a typo?
American Fiction.
Should be American.
Yeah, it says American Fiction.
Oh,
like,
yeah, it should be American.
They got 5. Anatomy of the Fall got 5. The Holdovers got 5. Zone of Interest got 5. Napoleon got 3. That's another one I haven't seen. The Creator got 2. Mission Impossible got 2. Naya got 2. Past Lives got 2. I really want to watch that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hearing good things about it. Society of the Snow got 2.
I started that. That's like almost 3 hours long. 2 hours.
Okay, here's the full list. Best Picture, American Picture, Anatomy of a Fall, Barbie. Okay, so Barbie did get nominated for Best Picture. The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, and Past Lives. Poor Things, The Zone of Interest. Okay. So out of that, who do you think is got the... You've seen more than I have this year, so...
I mean, I feel like Oppenheimer is going to be a popular pick.
Yeah.
But I don't think Oppenheimer's going to win.
Really? I think Oppenheimer. Here's the thing. I don't think he has a an Oscar yet.
Nolan?
Nolan, yeah.
I think he does.
Not for Best Picture.
Not Best Picture, maybe, but
I think and you know how the Oscars are. They make people wait,
Oh, yeah.
and then they kind of get it.
Hence Leonardo DiCaprio for.
I think this might be his year. I really do think it's going to be his year.
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised for one of these smaller movies to kind of get it.
Yeah,
You know what
I
it
wouldn't be
is?
surprised by that.
Some amount of politicking involved.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised to see like Barbie pull it out because a lot of people are going to be a lot of these still have to do with like people out there promoting themselves and advocating.
If Barbie wins Best Picture, it is outrageous. It's nowhere near quality of Best Picture.
Right.
Like I haven't seen American Fiction yet, but I've heard good things about that
I've been
one.
wanting to watch that. That looks really good.
So I wouldn't be surprised. Killers of the Flower Moon, Scorsese. I really like that one. Haven't seen Maestro. Oppenheimer's good. I want to see Past Lives, Poor Things, Zone of Interest. So I don't know. I think Oppenheimer. I wonder if there's like a betting website or something where they got odds on it. Yet.
Oh yeah, you can bet on all this.
But so I think Oppenheimer might be like the safe pick, but I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if one of the other smaller movies kind of edges it out somehow.
Yeah, there's always that. Some years there's just that one that blows everybody away, and it could be this year.
Could be Oppenheimer's year.
Be an ultimate snub for Christopher Nolan this year. Okay, so Best Director, Justine Trey. Is that how you say it? Or Trait?
It sounds like trait.
Yeah. I didn't know the T was silent. Anatomy of a Fall. Martin Scorsese, Killers of the Flower Moon. Christopher Nolan, Oppenheimer. Yorgos Lanthimos, Poor Things. Jonathan Glazer, The Zone of Interest. I haven't even heard of that movie.
Oh yeah,
I just recently heard this.
It's very limited release.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Gateway's playing, and I keep thinking about going to see it.
I've been seeing.
I could see them screwing Nolan over and giving him the Best Director thing here. But
I wouldn't be surprised if it was Nolan or even Scorsese, just because.
I think Yorgos and Glazer. I think their movies are a little too out there to win.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Scorsese got it.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people were seeming to think Scorsese might get Best Director this year.
Yeah.
Actor in a leading role, Bradley Cooper, Maestro. Coleman Domingo, Rustin. Paul Giamatti, The Holdovers. Cillian Murphy.
Killian.
It's Cillian.
Oh, is it Cillian?
Yes. Am I right on that?
No.
I'm not? I thought it was Cillian.
No, it's pronounced with a K.
Oh, Killian. Okay. Well, I stand corrected.
Yeah, I had to worry about that.
Did you look it up earlier or something?
It's been out there because I never knew if it was pronounced kind of like more with a C, but it's a K.
I thought it was. I thought it was Killian for the longest time. Then I thought I heard somebody say Cillian.
And I'm pretty sure I think I saw a TikTok where even he pronounced his name
it's
Killian.
pronounced Killian.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, it's Killian then. Oppenheimer, Jeffrey Wright, American Fiction. Man, I could see Paul Giamatti getting this one.
I've heard a lot about Giamatti for
A lot of people loved his performance in The Holdovers.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it.
It was okay.
It's okay. I mean, he's the best part of the movie.
I figured. Yeah.
I mean, it's just an okay movie, but
Yeah,
he does a really good job in it.
Says Nolan has been nominated for 8 Academy Awards, 8 British Academy Film Awards, and 6 Golden Globe Awards, winning Best Director for Oppenheimer for the Golden Globes.
Actress in a leading role, Annette Bening, Naiad. Lily Gladstone, Killers of the Flower Moon. Sandra Huller, Anatomy of the Fall. Carey Mulligan, Maestro. Emma Stone, Poor Things. I could see there's a lot of talk about this Poor Things movie.
Yeah.
So I could see Emma Stone, and then another person they're talking about is Lily Gladstone a lot.
I think she's got to be like the odds-on favorite. Lily Gladstone does.
But I could see Emma Stone sneaking away with this too. Actor in supporting role, Sterling K. Brown, American Fiction. Robert De Niro, Killers of the Flower Moon. Robert Downey Jr., Oppenheimer. Ryan Gosling, Barbie. Mark Ruffalo, Poor Things. Man,
it's kind of another toss-up.
Yeah, I think Robert Downey Jr. Mark Ruffalo might get this.
I could see. I think Downey's kind of got to be maybe the favorite.
Yeah,
but I mean, De Niro put in a really good performance in Killers, and Ryan Gosling's got a lot of buzz for Barbie.
Yeah,
so I wouldn't be surprised to see.
I wonder if Ryan Gosling will win for like best song or whatever for the
people. A lot of people are saying Ken.
Yeah,
but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
I am Ken enough. Actress in a supporting role, Emily Blunt, Oppenheimer. Danielle Brooks, The Color Purple. America Fiera, Barbie. Jodie Foster and I had Divine Joe Randolph, The Holdovers.
I don't know. I haven't heard too much about actors in the supporting. I mean, Emily Blunt was really good in Oppenheimer. I haven't seen The Color Purple. Again, America Ferrera and Barbie. She's got a little bit of buzz for Barbie. And of course, I could see him maybe doing something with Jodie Foster.
I think Barbie's definitely going to. I mean, it was such an impactful movie this year. I think they're going to reward it.
Right.
So I think they're going to get some awards, definitely. Yeah. The big awards, that I don't think. But like I said, the Oscars, like PBS said earlier, politics come into play.
Yeah.
Adapted screenplay, American Fiction, Barbie, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, and The Zone of Interest. I'm not going to go through and say everybody's name.
I feel like that would have to be a Barbie or Oppenheimer kind of deal.
Original screenplay, Anatomy of a Fall, The Holdovers, Maestro, May, December, Past Lives. I bet Past Lives gets that.
I feel like that's because Past Lives have kind of maybe on the lowdown, but a lot of buzz.
Yeah, people are talking heavily about it.
I feel like that's the award they'd give them.
Cinematography, El Conde. Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, Poor Things. I bet Killers of the Flower Moon might clean up on that one.
That'd have to be another one, right? Either Killers, Oppenheimer, or maybe Poor Things. Poor Things is supposed to have kind of really a unique look.
Original song, The Fire Inside, from Flamin' Hot. I'm Just Ken from Barbie. It Never Went Away from American Symphony. I don't even know what that is. What is that? Wazaza?
It's got to be a Native American word.
Yeah, it's a Native American thing. A song for my people, yes. Definitely is. And then what was I made for Bart? I think Billie Eilish is going to clean this up. Yeah. Okay, so I'm not going to go over much more of this.
Those are the biggest.
Yeah. Original score. You're a big score guy. Who would you think?
I don't know. I don't. Oppenheimer had the fun score.
John Williams is on there for Indiana Jones.
Yeah, you always got to nominate John Williams. He's the GOAT. Killers of the Flower Moon, Robbie Robertson. I remember there's sort of an instrumental song that plays toward the beginning of Killers of the Flower Moon that I'm like, this is like the instrumental version of a Rolling Stones song that Scorsese would have in his movie. So that's one I kind of remember. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that pop in.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. We should have a Oscars watch party.
Nolan has been Academy Award nominee for Best Picture, Oppenheimer this year. Best Director, Oppenheimer this year. Best Adapted Screenplay, Oppenheimer this year. Best Picture, Dunkirk 2018. Best Director, Dunkirk 2018. Best Picture, Inception 2011. Best Original Screenplay, Inception 2011. And Best Original Screenplay, Memento 02. So those are all nominated. I don't think he won for any of those.
So I was looking at for like visual effects, and then I'm very curious because like I was sold, but so for visual effects they have The Creator, Godzilla -1, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Mission Impossible, and Napoleon.
Give Godzilla some award. It's got to get something.
I can't believe it's not nominated for like Best International Movie.
Yeah, that strikes me as weird.
It's insane,
especially when it's it's now the third highest grossing foreign film now.
It's like over 80 million now.
It's like it's the number 3 highest grossing. It's either foreign or Japanese film. I think it might have been Japanese film.
All right, so to close the show out tonight, we're going to talk about. We just got this news.
Moment of silence, please.
Yeah. So we just got this news earlier, a couple hours before we went to dinner.
Yeah.
But Carl Weathers, the actor who portrayed Apollo Creed from Rocky, and he starred in Mandalorian, Happy Gilmore,
Dylan, Predator. You son of a bitch.
There's just so many great roles that he had. He passed away at 76. So the beloved actor who also had roles in Happy Gilmore and Predator died in his sleep, his family said. Oh, man, it sucks.
Well, at least he went peacefully, at least.
Right, right.
That's the best thing to ask for.
Carl Weathers, the actor best known as Apollo Creed in the Rocky movies, and more recently for his role in the hit Star Wars series, The Mandalorian, died Thursday in his sleep, according to his family. He was 76. We are deeply saddened to announce the passing of Carl Weathers. According to the family statement, Carl was an exceptional human being who lived an extraordinary life, no doubt. Through his contributions to film, television, the arts, and sports, he has left an indelible mark on his recognized worldwide and across generations, his family said. He was a beloved brother, father, grandfather, partner, and friend. Look at that classic shot from Rocky.
Dude, I just remember watching Rocky. I'm like, man, Carl Weathers could really fuck someone up. Like,
dude, he was in great shape for that movie. I mean, the iconic scene from Predator when him and Arnold go to shake hands and you just see those fucking arms and you're like, God,
I know,
dude was a beast.
He was giving Arnold a little bit of problem, but Arnold.
And I loved him when he popped up in TV shows over the years. You know, like he was in Arrested Development. I think he was, wasn't he like Tobias's acting coach or something like that? You haven't seen it all the way through.
No, I haven't seen it all the way through.
Yeah, I think he plays Tobias's acting coach or something like that. He runs some like bullshit acting class or something and, you know, kind of just takes money. But Weathers got his big screen break in 1976 when he landed the role of Creed in Rocky, according to his bio on IMDb. He continued his role in 3 other Rocky movies. Weathers also landed parts in 1987's Predator, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Adam Sandler's Happy Gilmore in 1996, and on the small screen in The Mandalorian. Weathers also was the voice for Combat Carl in Toy Story 4 and other shorts in the beloved Disney Pixar franchise. He also earned comedy cred by playing a bizarro version of himself in the cult sitcom Arrested Development. Other TV acting credits include Law and Order Special Victims Unit, Magnum PI, and Chicago PD. Look at that picture of him and Stallone, man. I mean, it wasn't like he was in bad shape either. Looked like he was in decent shape for his age.
Yeah, for 76 anyway.
I mean, 76 fucking old too, man. Yeah. So it is what it is. I mean, you would get to 76, that's a good life.
Yeah.
So, and it wasn't like he was, you know, bound to the house or.
Yeah.
So, as far as we know, anyways.
Yeah.
Before his decades-long acting career took off, Weathers saw success on the gridiron. He played collegiately at San Diego State University and then played professionally for the Oakland Raiders. He retired from the sport in 1974 to seriously pursue acting, according to his biography. Weathers was nominated for an Emmy in 2021 for Outstanding Guest Actor for the reoccurring role as Greef Karga in The Mandalorian. Tributes began pouring in Friday from Weathers' colleagues, including Hollywood Titans. Adam Sandler posted on the X platform that his Happy Gilmore co-star will forever be known as a true legend. He is.
Chubbs.
A true great man, great dad, great actor, great athlete. So much fun to be around, always, Sandler wrote. Smart as hell, loyal as hell, funny as hell. Loved his sons more than anything, Sandler said. What a guy. Everyone loved him. My wife and I had the best times with him every time we saw him. Loved to his entire family, and Carl will always be known as a true legend. Similarly, Schwarzenegger on X lauded Weathers' acting chops and his character. Carl Weathers will always be a legend, an extraordinary athlete, a fantastic actor, and a great person. We couldn't have made Predator without him, and we certainly wouldn't have had such a wonderful time making it, Schwarzenegger said. He continued every minute with him on set and off was pure joy. He was the type of friend who pushes you to be your best just to keep up with him. I'll miss him, and my thoughts are with his family. Then Stallone put something here. I don't know if we can play this.
Hello, everyone. Today is an incredibly sad day for me. I mean, I'm so torn up, I can't even tell you. I'm just trying to hold it in because Carl Weathers was such an integral part of my life, my success, everything about it. I give him incredible credit and kudos because when he walked into that room and I saw him for the first time, I saw greatness, but I didn't realize how great. I never could have accomplished what we did with Rocky without him. He was absolutely brilliant. His voice, his size, his power, his athletic ability, but more importantly, his heart, his soul. It's a horrible loss. And I'm standing here in front of this painting because it was probably the last moment we were ever in the ring together, and I'll never forget it. He was magic. And I was so fortunate to be part of his life. So, Apollo, keep pushing.
Oh man,
He was magic.
That had me all teary eyed and shit. Thank God I'm wearing sunglasses tonight.
He was magic.
God damn, man.
God damn you, Sly.
Yeah, if leave it to Stallone to really get the heartfelt nod to Carl there.
Also with Adam Sandler too, man. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I did a little tribute for him. I posted the video of him in Happy Place.
Yeah.
Of him singing the Carpenter song on the piano. Great voice too.
Yeah.
Guy was a man of many talents.
Yes, he was.
Man, we lost a good one though. Fucking,
I saw this.
fucking legend.
This one guy tweeted out. Name's Ian Milham. I think he's like an FX guy. He says, I was in the food line on Mando season 1, and on the dessert table they had ice cream, but nearby they also had some cookies. I decided to freestyle a bit and put a scoop between some cookies. Just as I made my creation, a booming, joyful voice called out behind me. I turned around, the first rips already on my hands. It was Apollo Creed himself. Ice cream sandwich, he bellowed. He winked his approval at me. I floated the rest of the day. Had a lot more time with Carl on the show, but nothing will top that first moment.
He really just seemed like one of those like fucking cool guys, you know? Like
who loved life, you know what I
I
mean?
don't think I've ever heard a bad story about Carl Weathers.
Yeah, I haven't.
And I mean, like the role he took on the Jason Bateman show,
Arrested Development.
Arrested Development. I mean, that takes guts to take a role that makes fun of you pretty much, you know, because at that time he's a has-been pretty much, you know, he wasn't really acting a whole lot, but yeah, I mean, the guy was awesome, man. He's just awesome. He'll go down forever for being Apollo. I mean, that one of the most iconic lines from a movie, Rocky 3, where Rocky's just not getting it, and he's like, "I'll do it tomorrow. Do it tomorrow, Apollo." And he's like, "What's wrong with you? There is no tomorrow.
Yeah.
There is no tomorrow." And then
This guy could kill you.
that kind of gets through to Rocky a little bit, but
Be the eye of the tiger, Rock.
yeah, so sad to lose somebody. But all you can do, you know, you can tell Stallone is really hurt that he's gone.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, listen, the guy had a phenomenal life, a phenomenal career. And I mean, all you got to, I mean, there's no point in being sad. I mean, you just have to celebrate the life they had.
You're right.
But a very sad day, man, that's for sure. I mean, I was really like bummed out about this when I heard it. And, you know, I started thinking, I'm like, man, we won't get to see him in the next Mandalorian stuff that they do. And
Right.
so, and I actually liked seeing him in the Mandalorian. He was good in it. I mean,
You see him, we're like, oh, yeah. Our Weathers, baby.
it's one of those guys that you always hoped he would get more work.
Yeah.
You know, he's just a great character in everything he played in. But, and then, you know, Happy Gilmore. I mean, Chubbs, man. Chubbs.
You're right.
But it's just a great guy, great talent. He's going to be a legend in the film industry. He is a legend in the film industry. Sorry, but just very sad. But at the same point, you just have to celebrate the life and the achievement. So, but yeah, I mean, I hate to end the show on such a sad note, but you know, I mean, that's all we have for this episode. So rest in peace, Carl Weathers.
Rest in peace, buddy.
Anything that you guys want to end on?
No.
What was your favorite Carl Weathers moment?
I think iconic for me is when he meets Dutch and Predator. That's the most iconic, I would say.
Yeah,
But
it's a great scene. Those arms, man.
dude,
He's fucking built, dude.
you're like a mesmerized kid. Like, I want to be big like that.
Yeah. How about you?
I mean, you see him in Rocky, and you believe that guy could be like the world heavyweight boxing champ.
Yeah.
You just believe it.
Very
You
true.
know?
Yeah. I mean, you know, the Apollo character is probably one of my favorite characters that he's played. So, I mean, somewhere in Rocky, you know, whether it's the training montage in Rocky 3, I think a lot of people say Rocky 3 is their favorite. I don't know about you guys, but
I don't know.
Man could run on a beach.
Yeah.
you really could, man. And that takes some fucking,
With the crop top and
you got
shorts.
to be in shape to run on the beach, man.
Yeah.
That's some effort right there.
Yeah, I do think, you know, you talk about the Rocky movies, like the character of Apollo Creed was just as important as Rocky, because obviously
Oh, yeah.
Rocky's got his battles, but, you know, Creed's there like, I'm the guy on top. And I gotta prove that I still got it too.
Without the Creed character, there is no Rocky. I mean, that's the guy that propels Rocky to the next level and keeps him at that level, gets him back at that level too. You know, multiple times, 2 movies. You know, Apollo is the motivation that gets him back to the top of his game. But man, a great dude. The world just lost somebody great, man.
Mm-hmm.
But so that's all we have for you on this episode of the Sleazy Podcast. Sorry to end it on a sad note, but we always start on a sad note when things like this happen. So I figured we'd save it to the last. But
we could always go back to talking about sexual assaults.
Yeah, we could do that about Vince.
Lighten the mood a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to hear about some more, you know, Vince's obsession with big black dicks?
There you go.
I mean, that might get you laughing again.
Yeah. Let's go back to the podcast.
He got us laughing with him too. So, or we can talk about people chopping their father's heads off. I mean, it is what it is. But that's all we have for you on this episode.
Grade A heartwarming stories.
My call to action is to share the show. Share it on your social media accounts. You know, if you're talking about podcasts with friends, mention it. You know, it goes a long way. So. And we have a Discord channel now too. So if
Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok.
Yeah, we're on everything. But
Blue Sky.
The Discord channel is a little bit more personal. You know, PBS and I kind of pop in there and chat every once in a while. But I share crazy things I find. Like there's a channel for all things crazy. I'm going to be putting crazy news articles in there, and I've been putting like crazy TikToks and Twitter things that I'm finding. I'm sorry, X posts that I'm finding. And then I set up a Mr. PBS's classroom, so maybe you could, I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
But you can do whatever you want, you know, this day and whatever.
Let's start posting in there some.
Yeah, I think it'll be cool. But
Just get Robzilla to take 30 seconds to create a Discord.
Yeah, dude, you need to set it up because then we can like hop on there and have a chat or whatever, you know. You can do voice chats and stuff like that. But yeah, I think it's going to be pretty cool. So we'll be back in 2 weeks. I don't know what we'll talk about, but we'll be back. Hopefully Ted and Monarch.
Yeah.
I'm hoping somebody will watch Monarch so I don't have to be the only asshole that talks about it. But as always, keep it sleazy.
Thanks for listening to the Sleazy Podcast. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and remember, listen to Sleazy.